Every morning, millions of men over 50 start their day with a drink they believe is keeping them healthy, energized, and vibrant. Doctors recommend it, fitness experts praise it, and health magazines call it essential. But what almost nobody tells you is that this same beverage could be silently destroying your testosterone levels, robbing you of energy, muscle tone, mental clarity, and vitality in ways you'd never suspect. I'm Dr. Linda Parker, wellness and longevity advocate, and today I'm exposing the morning drink that's sabotaging men's hormonal health after 50 and what you should have instead. The drink I'm talking about isn't soda or energy drinks. Those are obvious culprits everyone already knows to avoid. This is something far more deceptive because it hides behind a health halo, recommended by well-meaning professionals who simply haven't connected the dots between this beverage and declining testosterone. And if you've noticed reduced energy, difficulty maintaining muscle despite exercise, brain fog, decreased drive in all areas of life, or stubborn belly fat that won't budge, this drink might be the hidden reason. Let me reveal it now. It's fruit juice. Specifically orange juice and other fruit juices marketed as healthy breakfast staples. Yes, that glass of orange juice you've been drinking every morning, believing it's loaded with vitamin C and natural goodness, is likely one of the worst things you can consume for your testosterone levels after age 50. And the reasons why will fundamentally change how you think about breakfast. Here's what happens inside your body when you drink fruit juice first thing in the morning. Despite coming from fruit, juice is essentially liquid sugar with minimal fiber. An 8-ounce glass of orange juice contains roughly 24 grams of sugar, about the same as a can of soda. When you drink it on an empty stomach, that sugar floods your bloodstream within minutes, causing a massive insulin spike. Insulin is the hormone that manages blood sugar, but it has a dark relationship with testosterone. When insulin levels surge repeatedly, especially first thing in the morning when your hormonal system is most sensitive, it triggers a cascade of events that actively suppress testosterone production. Your body interprets high insulin as a signal that you're in a fed, safe state where reproduction and vitality hormones can take a back seat to energy storage. But it gets worse. That morning insulin spike doesn't just suppress testosterone temporarily. Over weeks, months, and years of this pattern, chronically elevated insulin leads to insulin resistance. Your cells stop responding properly to insulin, so your pancreas produces even more to compensate. This creates a vicious cycle where your baseline insulin levels remain elevated throughout the day, constantly suppressing your natural testosterone production. Studies show that men with insulin resistance have testosterone levels up to 30% lower than men with healthy insulin sensitivity, even when controlling for age and body weight. Think about that. Simply by drinking fruit juice every morning, you could be walking around with testosterone levels 70% of what they should be, wondering why you feel tired, unmotivated, and physically weaker than you remember. The sugar in fruit juice causes another testosterone problem. It dramatically increases aromatase activity. Aromatase is an enzyme in your body that converts testosterone into estrogen. Every man has some estrogen, and that's normal. But when aromatase becomes overactive due to excess sugar and insulin, you start converting your precious testosterone into estrogen at accelerated rates. This explains why many men over 50 develop more fat around their chest and hips, areas where estrogen promotes fat storage. It explains the emotional changes, the reduced assertiveness, the decreased competitive drive. Your hormonal balance is literally shifting from masculine to more feminine patterns, and that morning glass of juice is fueling the fire. Now, you might be thinking, but I need vitamin C, and orange juice is natural. Let's address both points. First, you can get far more vitamin C from a single kiwi, a handful of strawberries, or half a bell pepper than from orange juice without any of the testosterone-destroying sugar. Whole fruits contain fiber that slows sugar absorption dramatically, preventing those harmful insulin spikes. The fiber in an orange creates a completely different metabolic response than orange juice. Second, just because something is natural doesn't mean it's appropriate for your hormonal health at 50 plus. Natural cane sugar is still sugar. Natural fruit concentrated into juice without its fiber is still a testosterone suppressant. Your body at 50 doesn't process sugar the way it did at 25. Your insulin sensitivity has declined. Your testosterone production has already decreased naturally with age, and adding a daily sugar bomb, first thing in the morning, accelerates both processes. Let me share the story of David, a 58-year-old man who came to me exhausted and defeated. He'd been drinking a large glass of orange juice every morning for 20 years, believing it was the healthy way to start his day. He exercised regularly, ate relatively well otherwise, but he felt progressively weaker. His belly grew despite his efforts, and his energy was non-existent. We ran his labs. His testosterone was at the very bottom of the normal range, his fasting insulin was elevated, and he was pre-diabetic despite not being significantly overweight. The first thing we changed was eliminating his morning juice and replacing it with something I'll share with you shortly. 8 weeks later, his fasting insulin had dropped by 40%, his testosterone had increased by nearly 200 points, and he felt like a different person. His energy returned, his mental fog lifted, and his body started responding to his workouts again. But orange juice isn't the only culprit. Apple juice, grape juice, cranberry juice cocktail, and those trendy cold-pressed fruit juice blends are all equally destructive to testosterone. Some are even worse because they combine multiple fruits, concentrating the sugar content even higher. A bottle of cold-pressed juice from your local health food store can contain 50 or more grams of sugar, more than 2 cans of soda. The timing makes it particularly damaging. Your body's cortisol levels are naturally highest in the morning, which is actually healthy and normal. Cortisol helps you wake up and feel alert. But when you combine high morning cortisol with a massive insulin spike from fruit juice, you create a perfect storm of hormonal disruption. Cortisol and insulin together are particularly effective at promoting abdominal fat storage and suppressing testosterone synthesis. Additionally, drinking fruit juice regularly changes your gut microbiome in ways that further harm testosterone. The excess sugar feeds harmful bacteria and yeast that produce toxins and inflammatory compounds. These inflammatory molecules travel through your bloodstream and directly interfere with the cells in your testicles that produce testosterone. Chronic low-grade inflammation from poor gut health is one of the hidden reasons testosterone declines with age, and fruit juice feeds that inflammation daily. So, what should you drink instead? The best morning beverages for testosterone support are completely different. Start with plain water, which rehydrates you after sleep without affecting insulin or blood sugar. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon for flavor and vitamin C if you like. The small amount of natural sugar in that lemon squeeze, combined with the fiber and pulp, has virtually no insulin impact. Black coffee is actually beneficial for testosterone when consumed in moderation. Studies show that caffeine can slightly boost testosterone levels and improve exercise performance, which further supports hormone production. Just avoid adding sugar or drinking excessive amounts that spike cortisol too high. Green tea is another excellent choice. It contains compounds that may help reduce the conversion of testosterone to estrogen by gently inhibiting aromatase activity. It's also rich in antioxidants that protect your testosterone-producing cells from oxidative damage. But here's my top recommendation for a morning drink that actively supports testosterone: a protein-rich smoothie made correctly. Use unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk as a base. Add a scoop of high-quality protein powder, a handful of spinach or kale, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed or chia seeds, and a small amount of berries for flavor. The protein stabilizes blood sugar. The healthy fats support hormone production since testosterone is made from cholesterol, and the fiber prevents any insulin spikes. This type of smoothie does everything fruit juice doesn't. It provides sustained energy without crashes, supports stable insulin levels, delivers nutrients that actively help testosterone production, and keeps you satisfied for hours. The protein also stimulates muscle protein synthesis, helping you maintain the muscle mass that naturally declines with age and low testosterone. Another powerful option is bone broth. Rich in amino acids like glycine and proline, bone broth supports gut healing, reduces inflammation, and provides building blocks for hormone production. Having a warm cup of bone broth first thing in the morning might sound unusual, but men who try it often report feeling grounded, satisfied, and energized in a completely different way than caffeine or sugar provide. Now let's talk about what else you should eliminate alongside fruit juice. Flavored yogurts, even the ones marketed as healthy, often contain 15 to 20 grams of added sugar per serving. Breakfast cereals, including granola and those claiming to be whole grain, are typically sugar bombs that cause the same insulin spike. Pastries, muffins, bagels, and donuts are obvious testosterone killers, combining refined flour and sugar for maximum hormonal disruption. The pattern you'll notice is this. Anything that spikes your blood sugar first thing in the morning sets you up for a day of hormonal imbalance. Your morning meal or drink is the most important for setting your metabolic and hormonal tone. Start with sugar and insulin spikes, and you'll struggle with energy, cravings, and hormonal balance all day. Start with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, and you support stable blood sugar and optimal testosterone. I need to address one common concern. Some men worry that eliminating fruit juice means losing essential nutrients. The truth is, whole fruits provide superior nutrition without the testosterone damage. A whole orange has 4 grams of fiber that slows sugar absorption dramatically. The fiber also feeds beneficial gut bacteria that support overall health. You get the vitamin C, the flavonoids, the antioxidants, but without the concentrated sugar hit. If you love the taste of fruit in the morning, eat a small serving of whole berries with some nuts or seeds. The combination of fruit fiber plus protein and fat from the nuts creates a balanced response that doesn't harm testosterone. Berries are particularly good because they're lower in sugar than tropical fruits and rich in antioxidants that protect testosterone-producing cells. Let me give you a simple principle to follow. If a food or drink can pass through a straw, it's probably not ideal for testosterone support after 50. Liquids are absorbed rapidly, causing faster and higher insulin spikes than solid foods. Even healthy smoothies should be thick enough that you almost have to chew them, ensuring slower digestion and absorption. The exception is water, unsweetened tea, black coffee, and clear bone broth. These don't raise insulin and don't require digestion. Everything else that's liquid, especially if it's sweet, should be viewed with suspicion after age 50. Here's a critical timeline to understand. If you've been drinking fruit juice every morning for years or decades, you won't reverse all the damage overnight. But your body is remarkably responsive to positive changes. Within 1 week of eliminating morning juice and replacing it with a testosterone-supportive option, your fasting insulin levels will begin to improve. Within 2 to 4 weeks, you'll notice better energy and mental clarity as your blood sugar stabilizes. Within 6 to 8 weeks, many men see measurable increases in testosterone levels when tested. But the benefits go beyond just testosterone numbers. Better insulin sensitivity means easier fat loss, especially around your midsection. Stable blood sugar means consistent energy without afternoon crashes. Reduced inflammation means less joint pain, better recovery from exercise, and clearer thinking. All of this comes from simply changing what you drink first thing in the morning. I also want to address men who don't drink juice but consume other sweet breakfast drinks. Sweetened coffee drinks, chai lattes with sugar, hot chocolate, breakfast shakes with added sugars. They all create the same testosterone-suppressing insulin response. Read labels carefully. If sugar, cane syrup, agave, or any sweetener appears in the first 3 ingredients, it's harming your hormones. Some men ask about fresh squeezed juice versus store-bought. Unfortunately, from a testosterone perspective, there's no meaningful difference. Fresh squeezed juice still lacks fiber, still contains concentrated fruit sugar, and still spikes insulin rapidly. The only advantage of fresh squeezed is avoiding preservatives and added sugars, but the natural sugar content alone is enough to suppress testosterone significantly. What about vegetable juices? These are better than fruit juices because they contain far less sugar. A glass of fresh vegetable juice with mostly greens, celery, cucumber, and a small amount of carrot or beet for flavor has minimal insulin impact. However, whole vegetables are still superior because the fiber supports gut health and provides additional benefits. If you enjoy vegetable juice, make it fresh, keep it mostly green, and consider it a supplement to, not a replacement for, whole vegetables. Let me give you a complete morning routine designed for testosterone optimization. Wake up and drink a large glass of plain water to rehydrate. Wait 20 to 30 minutes, then have your testosterone-supporting breakfast. This could be eggs with vegetables and avocado, a protein smoothie as described earlier, or full-fat Greek yogurt with a small handful of berries and nuts. Have your black coffee or green tea alongside or after your meal, not on an empty stomach. This routine stabilizes blood sugar, supports sustained energy, provides nutrients for hormone production, and prevents the insulin roller coaster that destroys testosterone. It's simple, sustainable, and remarkably effective. Within days, you'll feel the difference. Within weeks, you'll see the difference in your energy, body composition, and overall vitality. Now, eliminating fruit juice is crucial, but it's not the only factor in testosterone health. Sleep quality, stress management, resistance exercise, adequate protein intake, and avoiding endocrine-disrupting chemicals all matter tremendously. But changing your morning drink is often the simplest, fastest way to see improvements because it addresses insulin sensitivity, which underlies so many aspects of hormonal health. Before we close, I want to emphasize something important. If you've been struggling with low energy, reduced vitality, difficulty building or maintaining muscle, brain fog, or diminished drive in any area of life, and you've been drinking fruit juice or sweet beverages every morning, this could be a turning point for you. The solution isn't complex or expensive. It's simply changing one daily habit. Your body at 50, 60, or 70 still has tremendous capacity to produce healthy testosterone levels when you remove the obstacles and provide the right support. Fruit juice is one of the biggest obstacles, hiding in plain sight, endorsed by outdated nutritional advice that doesn't account for the hormonal needs of men over 50. Starting tomorrow morning, skip the juice. Choose water, black coffee, green tea, or a protein-rich smoothie instead. Notice how you feel after 1 week. Pay attention to your energy levels, your mental clarity, your mood, and your physical vitality. Most men are shocked at how much better they feel simply by eliminating that one supposedly healthy drink. And if you want to go further, get your testosterone and fasting insulin levels tested. Before making this change, then retest after 8 weeks. Seeing the objective improvements in your lab work can be incredibly motivating and validates what you're already feeling subjectively. Remember, aging doesn't mean accepting declining testosterone as inevitable. It means being smarter about what you put in your body, especially first thing in the morning when your hormonal system is most impressionable. That glass of orange juice isn't giving you health. It's stealing your vitality one morning at a time. You have the power to change this today. Your testosterone levels, your energy, your strength, your mental sharpness, and your overall quality of life are not permanently lost. They're waiting to be reclaimed by making informed choices, starting with what you drink when you wake up. If this information opened your eyes, share it with other men who deserve to know the truth. Millions of men are unknowingly sabotaging their hormonal health every morning, and you can help change that. Here's to mornings that build you up instead of breaking you down, and to testosterone levels that support the vibrant, energetic life you deserve. See you in the next video.